Hey everybody, it's Alexia from Mystic's Path, back with another pick a card reading for you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching. Now, this week focuses on what does Mercury retrograde or Mercury going direct have in store for you. And I kind of set them up as what you're going through now, what Mercury retrograde is working to do for you, and what is on the horizon for you per Mercury going direct. Now, if everybody can take a couple deep breaths, center yourself, and pause the video when the card screen comes up and pick the groups that you feel pulled to, and I will see you back with your messages. So for my group number ones, we have the Three of Wands, the Page of Cups, and the Hanged Man, as well as the Eight of Earth, the Crone, and the Self. Oshun, the Two of Earth, and the Air element. Okay, and I've kind of broken this up into sections, guys, as far as what you're kind of going through right now, what like your mental state, what Mercury retrograde is doing for you, and how and what is on the horizon per Mercury going direct for you guys. So what I'm really seeing is that you have this vision, this intense vision, knowing exactly what it is that you want and what it is that you want to bring into your life. So much to the point where you feel this in your bones and you're very, very motivated to bring this in. But at the same time, you're feeling stagnant and stuck. Like no matter how hard you try, there's a little bit of growth, but not the type that you want. And it's kind of, you're still kind of bound to this space in this area. If we looked at the Hanged Man, I don't know how well you guys can see, but he is bound by greenery here, and there's some up here. So there's a little bit of growth, but not in the way that you are looking for. You're looking for it to be bigger and expansive and not be so bound to your current situation and your current location. While going through this Mercury retrograde period, I really see you kind of going on this journey of coming into oneself wholly, and your power and your confidence and knowing your wisdom and your intelligence and how good you are at what it is that you do, and just the knowingness of self, coming into that and really embracing it. So then when Mercury goes direct, we can come into this place of being fully into ourselves and trusting our discernment and listening to what is being spoken to us and listening to our higher self and being able to trust this. Why? Because you are in a place of structure and balance within yourself. You're strong within yourself. You're in a balanced place, and you have come to the point where you can see clarity and you have mental clarity because you are not so conflicted about these different pieces of yourself, or not understanding things fully, or having things that you've been holding on to that you needed to release that aren't really a factor, or looking at things that have been things that have happened in a negative way and letting that go and transmuting that into the power of who you are and how you handled those situations. Really coming into the wisdom that you, like the things that you've gone through to put you at the level of wisdom that you're at, and coming into yourself, and that it'll be this place of, structure and strength within yourself. We can see by the positioning of Oshun of how much confidence and connection she has to herself, just all in her posture and how she is. And this will be able to propel you to be able to look at things in a place of clarity. You won't have to second guess yourself. You will feel what is right for you and what is wrong for you. So even if a situation presents itself and you think, and it looks really good on the outside, but it doesn't feel right on the inside, you can use, again, there's that word discernment, that you can use to propel yourself whether that is a good opportunity for you to take or whether it's not. You know, you may be feeling it, you may not. All at the end of the day, you're feeling your energy, you're feeling your vibes, how this is going to work for you. But you know, you can trust yourself and trust yourself to make that decision because of the connection that you have grew within yourself per this Mercury retrograde. Okay, now this is what I'm seeing for my group number ones. For my group number twos, we have the Emperor, the Ace of Pentacles, the Page of Pentacles, the Mother, the Four of Earth, as well as the Essential. Messages from Water, the Sun, and the Ace of Earth. Now, what I see for my group number twos is somebody that is very laying within structure and very rigid at this time. Maybe just even like the slightest thing may set you off. This is because there is something that you see or that has been presented to you that you want to bring into your life. And it is new, it's something that you don't have, but it is something that you may be very interested in. And you're ready to kind of, you know, open the door, push back the curtain, and step forward. And that's kind of what it is that is on your mental state right now. What I see that Mercury retrograde wants you to focus on right now is kind of softening that rigid energy that you've been feeling and knowing that you don't have to be this rigid person that is do to be in a place of power. If we see the Mother, which is i.e. the Empress, which is i.e. the Emperor's counterpart, she here has this scepter as well, showing her place of power and her place of like declaration, and as well as the wisdom and transformation she's been through, and very protective energy. You don't have to be so rigid. I guess what I'm trying to say is you don't have to be so rigid to be strong. You don't have to be like this, like the not like embodying masculine energy fully. You can still be strong and still have compassion and understanding, okay? And knowing that, again, that isn't going to, that's not going to mess with you. Being softer is not going to mess with your structure or your perseverance or how you lay the bricks in what it is that you're trying to lay for what it is that you want to bring in, because you do want a firm foundation. You do want to build this up so it's going to work the first time around. There's a lot of Pentacles energy here. So in this, and a lot of Earth energy that is very structured. You are a very structured person. You like things to be that way, or this is how you want to attack this one, you know, situation that's on your mind. But knowing that you being softer, you being more compassionate is not going to hurt your structure in any way, because at the end of the day, you still have this loyalty to this thing. You still have this perseverance to your goal, to what it is that you want to bring in. You are still intent on looking for, if we can see here, these little keys to unlock, you know, the door that you're trying to go through, and this loyalty to the project, and, you know, essentially, you know, the teamwork. Even if you're not working with a team, we can see the ants, which are very strong. They work in a team, but they also can hold double their weight. Okay, so knowing that you have to have loyalty to what it is, you know, that you're doing, and that this loyalty is going to come with unlocking new doors because you are persistent at it. But knowing that you don't have to be so rigid, and you don't have to be so like nail on the hammer every single time. There can be room for fluctuation as long as things are getting done. Now, I also don't want you to confuse being softer with being passive, or letting people run over you, or not standing strong within yourself. I'm not telling you to flip the script here. I'm telling you to kind of buff out those edges, okay? Just buff out those edges. That's what Mercury retrograde is asking you to do. Why? Because on the other end, we will have this not clear emotional like path or voyage, but we will be able to be more in tune with our emotions because we're actually factoring them in. When you're so rigid, you kind of just throw them out, because when you are you're kind of looking to do, so emotions kind of just get thrown in the F it bucket, because they're not going to help in what it is that you're trying to do. Okay, so the more that we're softening, those corners, we can kind of see what it is that they're kind of trying to tell us, and that these messages that are coming through, we can understand them. Okay, and they will also come through with this life force energy. You may end up with a newfound emotional feeling fulfilling you within after you reach this point, after you've kind of gone through this Mercury retrograde, and you are filled with this newfound motivation and life force energy, to the point where you may have, again, feeling like you're stagnant or stuck, or not feel like, kind of just not stagnant or stuck, but kind of like digging your heels in, not ready to move forward because you're not sure, you're not sure how to kind of get everything done in the proper way. You're kind of leery, and then that changes to be ready to be full steam ahead and ready to just attack everything head on, because of all that you have learned. Okay, and all that you have kind of adjusted within the self. And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 2s. For my group number 3s, we have the Queen of Pentacles, the Sun, the Nine of Swords, the Youth, the Six of Earth, the Seven of Fire, the Moon, Aku, and Oya. Now, what I'm really seeing with this is somebody who is really wanting to be at a place of confidence and really being self-fulfilled, high stature, feeling good within who they are, being happy, having clarity, okay, having a clear mindset, and also feeling like you have strength. But at the same time, I feel like a lot of anxiety has and like your thought process has really been attacking you on what it is to be able to get to this place. There's so much in the way. There's so much that you have to factor in to be able to get to this place of being fully confident and fully fulfilled in oneself, and being happy and feeling like you have strength and clarity within your life. Okay, now Mercury retrograde is ultimately working to get you to this point. And what it's asking you to do is to go in to this realm of the mental state here without fear, and with the devotion to get through it. When we look at this card, this is all about the youth starting off, and he's starting off his first hunt, and he has his companion. And he doesn't know much, but he knows he's safe within this because he has his companion looking out for him, and he's going to go and he's going to learn his way along, learn along the way. And it may seem scary to him, but to the person that he wants to be, for how he wants his community to see him, how he wants to see himself, he has to start somewhere, and he knows that. Okay, and this is you at the starting point. When we look at the Six of Earth, we see someone who has, he has food, he has, like a different tool in his hand. We also has a lock and a key. And this is stating that, like, literally so ideally he's making some sort of food here. He's making something and turning it into something else. Okay, so he's taking what he has and he's turning it into what he wants it to be. He's taking what is Like, so in this sense, he's taking these thoughts and what they are, how they're like attacking him and all of these different things that are coming up. He's taking those and he's going to turn them into something else, turn them into what he wants to be. But he has to go through and look at them and see all of their properties first. Okay, and this is also saying, he is also saying here that he has, again, the key to unlock what it is that he is trying to unlock for himself. He has the lock and the key. And this is saying that you have the lock and the key to be able to kind of transmit how your thought processes are going, but you have to kind of look at why you're having them in the first place. Why are you having them in the first place? Because if we're just like, okay, we have these thoughts and we're going to just change our thought process and that's what we're going to do. That's not how it works. Like I said, he has, again, we can see this little fruit basket as his thoughts. And we can see this knife here, this tool that he has. Maybe this is what he's going to use to cut through and dissect this fruit to see what it is that he needs. What was the lesson here? What is it that he needs to get to the final outcome of what he is trying to make? What is the core of what is it that he needs? What are these thoughts trying to tell you? Okay, so you can get to the place where you can open this new door for yourself. Okay, and this also comes with you setting the intention and making it a priority to evaluate this and to even start this journey in the first place, to even start this journey of self-discovery, to figure out why you feel the way you do, why your thoughts are the way that they are, so you can get to this place of happiness and being full within yourself. We see the moon card here as needing to really merge here our heart and our thoughts and see what that is and why that we're having a lot of these issues that we're having. What is our heart and what is our mental trying to tell us? So then we can release those pieces, those key pieces that, or not the key pieces, but we can release everything but those key pieces that we needed. Those key pieces that we can learn from. Not saying that you need that things happened in a way that you needed to learn them in whatever way. Just saying that these key pieces that we can learn from. We can't go back in the past and change anything. We can't change why your thought patterns have been the way that they've been up until this point. But what we can do is evaluate why they're there, take the key pieces that we need to move on, and then move on. And this is how change starts. This is what she is emphasizing. She is emphasizing the whirlwinds of change and how lightning comes down and destroys everything, but everything can be rebuilt into change. Sometimes you have to destroy some things, i.e. this thought pattern that you've been having or this anxiety that you've been having, okay? And to change this so something new can be created. And I see you coming out of this Mercury retrograde is kind of being in the place where you have released these pieces that aren't necessary for you to keep, so you can encompass this change and you can really step into it. I feel like you are embracing this change. It may seem scary, but you are ready to embrace it, to be able to get to this point of being in yourself fully, essentially, and the like social level you want to be in, and being happy and feeling strong and strength and just celebrating life, okay? And that is what I'm seeing for my group number 3s. Now, I hope that all of these messages have helped everyone in the way that they need them to. If you need a reading specifically for yourself or any other sessions specifically for yourself, please do not hesitate to contact me. I would love to work with you all.